Hit the gray bar. Make sure everybody's on. Yes.
I've left the meeting. You left the meeting?
Yes.
I left. Did you just turn the volume off on your? I was on mute. Yeah, but on your phone, like turn the volume off down. Then you wouldn't have the thing, right?
It's okay. About 4 minutes and we'll start getting on with the presentation.
Wonderful.
These are awesome decorations. Too bad we can see them.
Thanks.
We can see some of them.
Good thing that's not a video.
It's on. You can see. So Ryan's got it. So
They can see you.
yes,
They'll be able to see you also when you start.
when you talk. So this is
Oh, I thought we couldn't get it working.
one of
No, we got it
our
working.
volunteers actually. His company was getting new ones, and there was nothing wrong with these, so he gave us this one and 2 others. And so it's a 360 camera. So wherever you're at in the room and whoever's talking, it goes to them. So
Super high tech.
it really is. That's why I should have done the
Yeah,
bobby
she's old
pins.
school. Yeah. You got time.
I don't have the bobby pins though. We talked about that.
I got zip ties.
Should have. Oh, yeah. Scout is really prepared.
You wouldn't believe I own my car.
I do believe that actually. With your background, I absolutely believe that.
It's looks like a Mini Cooper, but it's a work truck.
Yes. When he talks, like, is this stuff in the way?
Nope, it just went to you and it's kind of your side and now it's my side. So
Same with them, though.
it's totally.
So just we can't see ourselves.
Correct.
We have to have faith in the force.
To make sure that.
Looks good. Well,
See, you can,
see your.
So you have to trust in the force.
I'll just pass your phone around.
Yeah.
I don't know on everybody else's. I'm just excited. Plus, I'm like, you're across from me. Dare I need that. Oh, Matt, did you want a water?
I've got some. Thanks.
Okay, I got that for you.
He's got that in his Mini Cooper too.
He probably does.
I'll borrow the jug in.
Oh, yeah, there you go, man.
Staying hydrated.
I got very good ready to go.
That's intense. All right, well, folks, we've got 7:30, so we're going to go ahead and get started here this evening. A few housekeeping things. We will do a Q&A at the end. So if you do have any kind of questions, make sure to kind of jot them down as we go. And at the very end, we'll have an opportunity to throw some stuff in the chat and answer any questions that you guys might have. So thank you again for being here. May the pop be with you as we plan and prepare for our 2023 popcorn campaign. We are excited for this evening. We're excited to share a lot of new things. We're excited to share the roadmap to our success. But before I do all of that with the team of folks that we have here in the room, I want to do our quick safety moment. Here at the Lincoln Heritage Council, we have a very strong belief in safety. And so we're going to jump right in with campfire safety. Tis the season. We're about ready to jump into the fall with all of our fall campouts. And it's a good opportunity to remind ourselves of what we should think about and consider when building our campfires. So understand and know your local campfire regulations or requirements. Beware of your current fire conditions. Consider the wind direction before you set up your fire. Use an established fire ring, and then also be sure that that fire ring is not within 15 feet from your tents or your cook tent or where people are going to be sleeping. Make sure to store your matches and lighters and fire starters in secure waterproof boxes. And then also keep in mind that any liquid fuel to start fires is prohibited in the Boy Scouts, which means you cannot use lighter fluid or anything like that to start campfires. And then also avoid cooking over a fire where chemicals or additives have been used. And then lastly, be sure that you have emergency response plan in the event of an emergency when it comes to your fire. Never leave the fire unattended. Always have a rake, shovel, and a bucket of water nearby. And be prepared to respond to any burns or somebody on fire with stop, drop, and roll. So that concludes our safety moment for the evening. And it is now my pleasure to introduce to you guys Andrew Holden. He is the division president for Park National Bank and is serving as our council popcorn kernel this year. So Andrew, I'll let you take it away.
Thanks, Sarah. Good evening, everybody. We're excited to officially kick off our sale tonight. We've prepared a presentation that will help guide you and your scouts to a successful sale. Throughout the night, you'll hear from Ron Lundberg, our Trails End representative, Matt Drexler, our council unit relations chair, and Sharon Federico, our council storefront chair, and Tara from the Northeast Georgia Council. Why do we sell popcorn? We sell popcorn to help our scouts, leaders, and council fund their adventure. Just look at those examples of activities up on the screen. We are selling the value of scouting and not popcorn. Your scouts through this process will learn the value of hard work, money management, and setting and achieving goals. Check the QR code on your screen. It'll take you to the unit leader planner. We've heard your feedback and made changes to the campaign this year. You will find a new commission structure, a return policy, and a council top seller prize, a top seller event, and patches. We know how important patches are to our scouts. Next slide is my favorite slide. I call this the Jerry Maguire slide. Show me the money. This year, units can earn the highest commission popcorn sale in popcorn sale history at 42%. Let me repeat that, 42%. Our base commissions are set at 33% with a prize option and 36% if you opt out of prizes. We've also added a bonus commission and a storefront commission. The council top seller actually will earn an iPad 10th generation. Pretty cool gift. And this is actually something pretty exciting. Next slide, please. Also this year, we're hosting a $2,500 and up spin to win event. For every $2,500 one of our scouts sell, they earn spins on the prize wheel. Scouts can earn gift cards, electronics, Nerf guns, and camping equipment. The event will be held at Camp Crooked Creek on Saturday, January 6, 2024. We'll have lunch, a short program, and then the scouts will get to spin the wheel. Sounds like a lot of fun. And with that, I'd like to hand it over to Ryan.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, guys, we're gonna get some of the training started here. So let's go over all the different ways to sell. One of the great things about the popcorn sale is there's three main functionalities on how you can generate revenue for your unit. First, there's the online platform. Did you know over 80% of the online sale last year was outside of the Louisville and Kentucky zip code? So it's supporting friends and family all over the United States. This is where you can use the app or a web-based platform. You can share on social media, text, QR codes. Some of the benefits, no handling of that product. Also, we have a free shipping threshold of $65. The average order also is $65. So, consumers are looking forward to, not paying those shipping costs and spending more. Products and prices may vary. We've got additional lineup, additional chocolate products, along with traditional items on there. There may be shipping and tax depending on who's purchasing and what location based off those local and federal tax rates. Next, the biggest part of the sale last year is your storefront sales. So this is where we leverage high foot traffic locations reserved by unit leaders. This is where you sell in front of those stores. Some great averages here, over $150 an hour. We really like the one parent, one scout, or maximizing more than one location. And we'll talk a lot more about storefronts in this presentation. The third is wagon sales. So this is where you would go door to door with directly to family, friends, or neighbors. You can also ask coworkers for support inside the Trails End app. You can mark it as delivered or undelivered. You can check out product and go through that. Fun fact, if a scout tried all three methods, online, door-to-door, or wagon, and storefronts, they averaged over $1,100. So it's really great to try all different factions of the popcorn sale. Okay, with that being said, we've got a little YouTube video we're gonna play here for you.
There are several different ways for scouts to sell in order to reach your unit's goal. Show and sell, show and deliver, take order, and online selling. Because our popcorn team was very proactive in booking storefront locations and scheduling popcorn shifts, we chose to focus our efforts mainly on show and sell, which accounted for more than 90% of our overall sales. Show and sell, also known as storefront or site sales, is when scouts sell popcorn in front of local stores, markets, or other high traffic locations. A table is merchandised with products, preferably with a tablecloth, and a scouting branded sign or banner hanging in front of the table. Scouts and parents approach incoming customers for support for what is typically a 2-hour shift. If done correctly, we believe show and sell has the most potential for growing your popcorn fundraiser. Show and deliver, also known as wagon sales, is similar to a show and sell, but instead of setting up a table at a storefront, the scout takes products in a wagon door to door in local neighborhoods. This selling method is a great tactic to deplete any leftover popcorn inventory and to sell to family and friends in the area. Take order is similar to show and deliver, but without product on hand. The scout takes their digital or paper order form door to door and collects orders. The scout returns their order form to the popcorn team on an agreed upon date, and then they are given product to deliver to customers at a later date. While take order has been a successful selling method over the years, this method of selling is typically more time consuming because of the delayed delivery. Lastly, scouts can participate in online sales at trails-in.com. Online is an excellent way to sell to friends and family that do not live close by. Products shipped directly to the customer, and Trails In processes all payments via credit card, so the scout doesn't have to worry about handling money or product delivery. Scouts easily share their fundraising page via email and social media to promote their popcorn sale to friends, family, and their local community. Overall, this selling method is a great way to pick up extra sales with little time involved.
Okay, so make your sale easy. One of the great things about Trails In is we have so many different pieces of technology. First off, is the app. So you can download this on any Apple App Store or Google Play Store. This is a point of sale platform for the scout or scout parent. They can record all the sales, sign up for storefronts, track all progresses, record deliveries, share online, claim rewards, and all credit card fees are covered by the app. Trails In covers all those credit card fees, and you can take that whether you swipe it, tap it, or you scan it. So we also have the unit leader dashboard or the unit leader portal. This is where a one-stop shop for unit leaders to manage their entire sale. It's at www.trails-in.com/leader. This portal is still mobile friendly, so you can manage your sale with your smartphone. When scouts use the app, leaders can track progress, monitor inventory, oversee storefront signups, set up storefronts, split sales between scouts, and much, much more. Okay, so I talked a little bit about credit cards on the last slide, but we definitely want to talk about them again. So you can always tell your customers we prefer credit card and debit. There's a couple different reasons. Obviously, Trails In covers all those credit card fees. Scouts receive higher reward points when we talk about Trails In rewards. Scouts and leaders get to handle way less cash. It's just simpler that way. The app works with all previous Square readers you may have. And also, you don't have to have a reader. You can manually type that in. When choosing a Bluetooth reader, you can also use Apple Pay and Google Pay. Parents can also use the wagon sales functionality in the Pay Now in the wagon sales screen to send funds directly to the unit leader, saving even more on dealing with all those cash. Cool.
I would highlight that you do need to use the Trails In app for this. Don't go through the Square app because that does not cover that app. If you use Square, does not cover the processing fees. Only by using the Trails In app do you get those processing fees covered.
Yep, absolutely. We have a special guest on the call today too. So we're going to introduce Tara really quick. Tara is one of the top selling unit leaders in the country. She's from the Northeast Georgia Council. She's going to unmute herself here and kind of go through her program. So Tara, I know you're in Pack 62. Last year, your unit sold over $100,000. I'm not gonna have everybody sell $100,000 on this call, but I want them to take bits and pieces of your program, your passion for scouting, and bring it to their own unit. So we're on that slide, Tara, and go ahead. The floor is yours.
Sure. So yeah, like he said, we're from Pack 62. We're in Cumming, Georgia, which is Forsyth County. We're about an hour north of Atlanta. It's not a huge market. It's a growing market, but we're still pretty rural, lots of farms in the area. We've got about 70 scouts. I would say 60 of them sold popcorn last year. And kind of talking about what Ryan hit on earlier, what are we really selling? So the big thing that works with our people is that we're not selling popcorn. We're definitely not selling expensive popcorn. What you've really got to drive home is that you're selling scouting. If you can get that person to your table and interact with them and let them know what you're doing and what you're raising money for, you're going to have a lot more success. What you're selling to them is the adventure that your scouts are going on, the community service that you guys are involved in, that you're building future leaders. They are not spending $25 on popcorn. They're spending $5 on popcorn and $20 is coming back to your scouts. The popcorn is not what they're buying. The popcorn is a thank you for their support. If you can have that interaction at the table, you're going to see a ton of success. I always tell my people, don't put any prices on the tables, get them to your table, have the conversation. They're not leaving with nothing. Keys to success on this next slide, how to meet your goal. This is the number one question I get is how do you get your people to want to sell? And the thing is you have to motivate both your parents and your scouts. So, we have extra prizes, raffles, we have outings that we go on, recognition that we do for our scouts. But in order to motivate our parents to want to be at that table, we offer scout bucks. We call them cub bucks. So in the commission that we earn as a pack, after they get their minimum amount of popcorn sales, we split commission with them so that they have money in their account to pay any dues, if they need a new uniform, if they want to go to a summer camp, if they want to go on one of our outings, anything scouting related, they need a new tent, they can use their cub bucks for that. So that makes the parents want to be at the table as well as the kids who want to come to that spin to win party or go on one of the great outings that we're offering at the pack level. So if you can get both of them to want to be there, that's where you're going to see your biggest buy-in from your own units. And then even if you have all of that, if it's not easy for your parents to participate, you're going to see a lot of obstacles. So you want to make it easy, like it was mentioned earlier, and eliminate obstacles by using that Trails and system to book your storefronts. It makes it so easy. It's no extra time out of your day. And then providing them the tools to succeed on location. And by that, I mean, like we send a table, a crate, everything that they need for the sale that day. The only thing they have to bring is their scout and a Class A uniform, a good attitude, and a charged phone to get those credit card sales. Next slide, please. So our council popcorn person, she has a great thing. She says, keep it secret, make it fail. So the biggest thing you got to do is communicate to your people, like, what are they going to get? Nobody wants to go to work 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year for free. So what are they working for? What can they earn? You got to make sure that they know what is on the table, what they're selling popcorn for. Hold a unit kickoff so that you can communicate all of the great incentives you've got planned, everything you've got planned for the year, and why it is that we need to sell popcorn to fund our year in scouting. Keep consistent communication with your team. I send an email every Sunday, letting everybody know where we're at currently, how many people have sold this much, how many people have sold this much, what's coming up this week. Don't forget sharing Sundays, like all of those kinds of things. So a weekly email to keep it top of mind so that people are not forgetting. It's a long sale. So you got to keep people interested and keep people going. Provide visuals. You can see on the side here, this is one of the flyers that we're handing out this year. We're doing a theme by land, air, or sea. Pack 62 is the place to be. And so they've got a great visual there of how, if they sell this much, what they're going to earn and the different epic prizes. They can put that on the fridge. Kids are excited about it. Parents are excited about it. And it's a constant visual that they can see throughout the sale. And then just make sure that you drive home. Every scout has the opportunity to win every prize, and the prizes are cumulative. So if you hit the $1,500 Stars and Strikes party, and you also sell $2,000, we have a Top Golf party, And then if you get the $2,500, we have our spend to win prize. If you sell $2,500, you get to go to all 3 of those, plus all of our pack incentives with the duffel bag and our outing to indoor karting and so on and so forth. So they really have a chance to rake it in, and the parents have a chance to rake it in with their Cub Bucks. And this makes everybody, we have no scouts that don't want to sell popcorn. Out of 60 scouts, I think we only had 6 that didn't sell popcorn last year. Our average was $1,750 per scout last year. And then remember why you're selling, and that is to deliver the promise. When we get these kids involved in scouting, at least here we have a guy from council that goes to the school and he says, you're going to get to do BBs and archery, and you're going to go camping, and you're going to go fishing, and you're going to go on all these great trips. Then now that we've got them invested in scouting, we've got to deliver the promise. And we can deliver the promise much easier if we have money to do it, and that's where we get it from the popcorn. You can use that to enrich your program and really live the adventure. Popcorn makes everything possible and tangible, is what I like to say. There's nothing that's off the table. When you can sell popcorn, you ask your scouts, where you guys want to go this year? What do you want to do? And someone says Puerto Rico, it's not a bad idea. It can go on the board. You just have to figure out how much popcorn do we have to sell in order to do that. Or maybe you just want to go to space camp, or maybe you need a new Piedmont Derby track. It can be anything that's going to enrich your program and deliver the promise. It's all available to you. You just have to figure out how much you need to sell. And it's easy.
Tara, thank you
Did
so
I get
much.
everything, Ryan? Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely. My
you did.
pleasure.
Yes, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you so much. We enjoy your passion with scouting, and thanks for putting on such a great program. I love seeing all those photos of your scouts having so much fun at different activities. It's a really cool part, right?
Thank you so much.
Yes, yep. If you want to hang on a little bit and answer questions in the chat or whatnot, Tara, that's great too. I'm sure there might be some at the end for you too. So a successful sale. So Tara highlighted a lot of these different things on this slide, but I just want to highlight a couple more. So unit leader prep. Every scout deserves a trained leader, right? So attend a webinar and use our training tab. Trails End has these fantastic webinars that'll teach you everything about the app, everything about the dashboard. They're about 30 minutes. They're also already recorded, so feel free to watch those at your own leisure. If you do attend them real time, you can also ask questions via the chat, and unit leaders that we work with all over the country will respond back to those. Those are fantastic. You'll find that in the training tab of your unit leader dashboard. Plan your program year and key adventures. So Tara has specific things that if a scout sells X amount of dollars, they get to go do. So they're so excited when they sell that 1,000, that 1,500 or 2,000, it just enriches their program. Make sure you find some stuff that you really like and find those values and plan those out. Determine your budget and make your unit leader planner with that. Ideally, your scouting is so important. Also, your field staff would love to help you plan your unit's budget with this and make sure that you guys are making the most out of what the council does, their local camps, all the cool stuff that they do. Trust me, I'm on your Facebook. I see it all. It's really neat. So the other part is they secure the locations. So Tara books about 90% of her locations from the Trails End system and 10% on some of those smaller mom and pop barbecue shops in Georgia that I've been to and stuff like that. So make sure you utilize the locations and book your own locations. Maybe something from a guy from Indiana wouldn't know about, right? Obtain all the supplies. She talked about tables, square readers, anything there. And host a really fun unit kickoff. Get the parents motivated and the scouts motivated. Use the training tab for the scouts, set up accounts, motivate them with incentives, and communicate the key dates, whether they're key dates for the council or key dates for your unit. Okay, we have another quick little video here. Play that.
Hi, I'm Tom Donatoni.
And I'm Sean Stanford. And this year, our pack sold over $190,000 in popcorn. We want to share with you the key components of our strategy. First and most importantly, we assembled a popcorn team of 4 and divided responsibilities according to each team member's strengths.
Next, we built a plan for success. We decided as a pack that we wanted to do only one fundraiser per year, and every scout was responsible for funding their own adventure. We realized that selling at stores was the most predictable way to grow our sale. We focused our time on booking more show and sell locations so that our scout families would have ample opportunity to work selling shifts on weekends and during the week. We kept the messaging and commitment to Scouts and the parents simple. One Scout, one sale. In order to cover more shifts simultaneously, we only scheduled one Scout and one parent per show and sell shift. We only asked each Scout to commit to 8 hours of fundraising, which equated to 4 two-hour shifts. This more than covered the cost of our scouting program. For Scouts that were motivated to sell above their 8-hour commitment, we made shifts available and built an incentive program that rewarded Scouts once they reached the $1,000 level.
Lastly, we ensured that our Scout families bought into the plan and we were able to achieve 100% participation. Simply put, it's our PAC's belief that a Scout earns his or her own way. For more information, we've partnered with Trails End to build trainings that help scouting units of any size raise more money in less time for their scouting adventures. Head over to trails-end.com to learn more.
Okay, we're gonna pass the torch here to Matt Drexler. He's gonna start going over some getting your unit ready to sell and some other fun information. So, all right.
Great, thanks, Ryan. Well, first I want to piggyback on something Andrew said earlier. What we're talking about now is funding the adventure for scouting. So we want to start by planning your budget for what activities you want to do for the year and figure out how much money you need to have to do that. So figure out your expenses for your dues, advancement, supplies, things like that, and all the adventures you want to go on, what those are going to cost, because it costs money. We have to figure out how to pay for those things. So set your sales goals based on that budget, and figure out how many storefront hours you're going to have. Now, on average, Trails End nationwide has an average about $150 to $165 in sales per hour worked. I know a lot of units report that's really low compared to what they're seeing. So more than that is very possible. But if you think about it, even at those $150 to $170 per hour, at 42% commission, that's $60 to $70 per hour your scouts are earning. That's a pretty good pay rate. So if they would do it full time, I'm sure Ryan would hire them for that.
Yeah.
But, so think about that. Also want to talk about having unit incentives. So the council has some great incentives with prizes and a lot of other things going on we've talked about already. But inside your unit, when I was Cub Master a few years ago, we had a sales goal for each den in our pack. And if the den hit that level, they got a pizza party for the den. And we had some pack incentives as well. But having those incentives at the unit level can help motivate your scouts to try to even have some competition between different dens and things like that, or patrols. Next slide. Okay, are we there? So we'll talk about the sales pitch and just keep it simple. Remember, a scout is courteous, kind, and friendly. So keep the scout law in mind when you're meeting with people. This applies primarily to the show and sell, but also doing the wagon sales or anything else. Start by just introducing yourself. Just say what your name is when you're meeting somebody, and tell them what you're selling popcorn for. You tell them you're on your way to summer camp or you're planning a venture to somewhere, and talk about what you're going to do, but keep it brief. And then ask them, can I count on your support? Now, nowhere in that script are we talking about popcorn, because we're asking for somebody to support our scouting adventure. That's the key attitude to keep in mind. And then let them know that we accept credit and debit cards. And for you guys know, again, there's no processing charge on your end. And as Tara said, we're not selling popcorn. We're selling a scouting adventure. So sales tips you see there on the right-hand side. Always wear your Class A uniform. People recognize that in the community. They recognize that we are with Scouts. So that's obviously when they see us. Speak clearly. Make sure you say thank you. Even if they don't buy from you, it's still thank you because Scout's courteous. When you show up for your popcorn sales, don't let that be your rehearsal. So get the app load up in advance, figure out how to navigate the app, and practice your script. And ideally at your unit meetings, you can have a couple of Scouts back and forth practicing buying and selling from each other. So when they get at the real, I guess, dress rehearsal in front of the public, they know what to do. It says on there, have answers ready. Somebody says, what's your favorite flavor? So you might want to try some popcorn yourself and figure out which ones you like, and you can talk about them. And again, you're asking the customer to support you and your scouting adventure. The popcorn is just a thank you gift for them, their support. And I think we have some more videos to watch now.
We do.
All right.
In the Scout Oath, a Scout promises to help other people at all times. Many of your customers are the same way. Customers want to help others and give back, but they may not know how. Through your sales speech, you can fulfill your customers' need to help others by demonstrating how the purchase will impact you, your unit, and your community. Most Scouts simply ask customers if they want to buy popcorn or if they want to support Scouting. However, when your speech explains the benefits their donation has on your life and how it will help others in their community, the amount of customers that want to make a supporting purchase increases dramatically. A great example of how their donation helps others is through program scholarships for low-income scouts and camp improvements for all scouts in your community. Also, mention any community services that your unit does, such as food drives, park cleanups, and service projects. Make sure they know that supporting these programs helps young men and women become future leaders in their community. This is something all customers can stand behind.
Hi, my name is Ender, and I've sold over $30,000 in trails and popcorn. I will share with you my 3 steps to success. Step 1. Always wear a uniform and introduce yourself with a smile. Step 2. Practice your popcorn sales speech. Step 3. Always say thank you, even if the customer does not make a purchase. Pretty easy, right? Now let's practice that sales speech. Mine goes like this. Hi, my name is Ender. I'm running my West Summer Camp. Can I count on your support? All of the popcorn is delicious, and you'll help fund many adventures in scouting. If you don't have any cash, don't worry. I can take credit cards. Now it's your turn. Find a partner and practice your speech at least 3 times.
Well, those scouts really have it down. Gotta hire them to come. So next slide we have is about unit kickoff. This is a really important and often overlooked aspect, is you have to motivate the troops. You have to get your scouts excited about selling popcorn. Again, we're doing fundraising, but at your kickoff, try to make it a fun kind of party event. Try to get them engaged in it. Review the goals that you have for your unit and kind of divide that up for your scouts and set individual scout goals so they have a target of what they're trying to get to. Again, the prizes and incentives we have kind of outlined different target levels for that, but try to set them an individual goal so they know what they individually need to work for. Again, at the kickoff, try to get everybody to log into the Trails End app. It's easy to get set up. Last year, I actually did it during this session. It was pretty easy. And talk about the prizes. The prizes are a big deal. Scouts love working towards their patches and their awards. They love working towards prizes. So that's a way to motivate them. And training, as was Ender just talked about, get your sales script and you practice it with 2 scouts working together. Practice, he said 3 times. So scout sign, 3 signs. Yeah. And do the role playing and review your key dates of when you're going to have events for both the sale events you're going to have, but also the popcorn dates we're going to talk about a little later, I think. So that's all I got. This is the way.
There you go. Okay. So we'll talk a little bit more about the webinars that I spoke of earlier in a couple slides. Over here, there's a little QR code for you to scan. We'll also have this PowerPoint and this video uploaded. So don't feel like you have to take a quick picture with your phone now, but they're already started. And I highly recommend you join them, about 30 minutes long, depending also on Q&A. Take a look at those, watch those. You'll learn a ton about the system and all of that.
Although there are many ways to sell popcorn, the storefront method is the most popular. It gives you access to a large number of customers and promotes scouting within your community. Your table should be completely covered with product and order by price, but do not put the prices on the table. Have the banner wrapped around the front of the table and hide extra product underneath. When your storefront shift begins, stand in front of the table to intercept customers on their way into the store. I use a technique called body blading to guide my customers to my table with my arms out like this. Greet your customers with a smile, introduce yourself, and stick to your popcorn sales speech. It's helpful to know a favorite product because many customers will ask which flavor is the best. Lastly, make sure that the Trails End app is open on your phone to record credit card and cash payments. Just remember, some customers will say no, but that's okay. Stay positive and ask every customer who walks by for their support, and you'll be pleasantly surprised with the results.
Okay, so our storefront program, right? Trails End has booked over 12,000 hours out there. Currently, only about 300 or 400 hours are booked by unit, and they're open now. So I expect a ton of hours after this meeting to be booked. I'm going to pass this to Sharon Federico. Hopefully I said that last name right. I practiced in the mirror for like a day, but she is awesome. She was the top selling unit leader last year in the council, over $35,000 in sales. Primarily a lot from show and sells. So we brought in one of the local experts. So Sharon, we're going to talk about storefronts and storefront basics in the next video, but Anything to add about the trails and hours before we move on to the next slide?
Yeah, really just take any storefronts that you can do. That's where you're gonna make most of your money. That's where our pack made most of their money. You can also add your own storefront sales. So keep that in mind. One thing that our pack did, which was very successful, was at our back to school event for the school that they attend. We did one and we sold out. So keep in mind, you can add your own. You don't have to just use the shifts in Trails End, but kind of do both is a good way to go.
Okay, Sharon, you're not off the hook yet. We're gonna ask you more questions, but
Okay.
let's go to the next little video. The next video is some of the show and sell basics from some unit leaders that we have on here.
Although there are many ways to sell popcorn, the show and sell method gives you access to a large number of potential customers and promotes scouting in your community. What is a show and sell? A show and sell is when a unit pre-orders products to be sold in front of a high foot traffic location like a grocery store. In the spring, our popcorn team focuses on securing show and sell locations. If you're looking for a way to scale up your fundraiser, spend your valuable time booking selling locations. It's simple math. More selling locations provides more selling shifts. More work shifts equals more fundraising dollars your unit will earn. This selling method puts your scouts in front of the most potential customers. In the course of a year, there's a limit to the amount of times scouts can rely on their friends and family for fundraising support. The show and sell encourages scouts to invoke the support of their community, not just their personal network. Our pack focused mainly on show and sell because of the sales predictability. Over the course of our 2-month selling period, we were able to predict our average sales per shift. This helped us determine the number of shifts we needed to reach our goal and ultimately ensured we ordered the correct amount of popcorn.
Okay, before we get back to Sharon, what we're gonna do here is do a quick little demo. Let's wait for that screen to load on your end. One second, we're gonna share this. Okay, so what I've done right now, guys, and it'll look better in a quick little second, that'll go off. This is the unit leader dashboard. I've hijacked Tara's account, the unit leader who spoke earlier, Pack 62 from Etowah and in Northeast Georgia Council. So this is the interface that you'll see as the unit leader. The point of this part of the demo is to show really the reservations part and the management part. So right now you could log into your unit leader dashboard, select reservations. And once you select reservations, these little order cards will come up. So she is in the Etowah district. So the Etowah district is what preloads for her. And if you scroll down, you're gonna see a bunch of locations in her neck of the woods where she could sell at, including Moore's Lumber, Ace Hardware, and Lowe's. There's gonna be more in there too, but we're just gonna take a quick little glance at it. So we also have top selling units that will sell in other locations. So you can look in other districts that are close and neighboring ones, or look at all districts. The other thing you can do is you can select this little calendar. And if you select the calendar, it's going to show similar to what last year's was. This really helps me and how my brain works. I can look at specific dates, and if my pack doesn't have anything going on that night, I can click Saturday the 12th, look at the 17 locations, and I can book off that. So that's the storefront reservations. Think reservations like if you're going out to eat using opentable.com or whatnot, same thought process. Instead of going out to eat, you're booking a location to sell some popcorn at. Next one is the management tab. So Tara has already been at work booking locations, right? She's got a large goal of over $100,000. So you can see all these different locations and if she has scouts assigned to them. For more information on this, you're going to want to attend the webinars. They're going to go through all the different clicks, and then also feel free to play around in the system. Log in tonight, log in at your leisure, and start clicking some buttons and look at some of the shifts. So we're going to go back to the PowerPoint now. There. Okay. Okay, storefronts, Sharon, you're back up.
All right. So again, I would book right after this meeting, get on, see which ones you can take. High traffic areas are important, to pick. And also just like when you're reserving a table at a restaurant, you want to get the best spot. So the sooner you do that, the better. Keep in mind, your scout should be in uniform, and it's always good to check in with the manager or whoever's in charge of that location, let them know you're there, see if they have anything, rules or anything. I know Kroger's a lot of times don't want you inside the vestibule, so it's good to kind of check in with the manager and make sure you are where they would like you. And then also keep in mind when you're finished, leave no trace. Make sure you guys clean up after yourself and thank the store for letting you sell there. One thing that our pack and troop like to do is give the manager a bag of popcorn or something like that, just because they are letting us sell. We want to be able to come back, leave a good impression. And remember to always say thank you.
Great.
And then on the next one, the most important, the rewards. Keep in mind, when you're selling to earn more rewards points, you want to use credit card. You get more points for using the card. So we really push that, kind of remind your scout, the more cards are used, the more points you're going to get to be able to pick rewards. This is the Amazon gift card, I think was a great idea, opportunity, better than the book we've done in the past, because it really motivates scouts to kind of pick out their own prize and figure out what they want. And one thing that I found is as the scouts started selling in the beginning, I would say, hey, you guys, you have $60 in Amazon gift cards. What are you going to get? And that would get them online, and they say, oh, well, I actually want something that's $100. So it kind of pushed them to do more sales. And it's a good motivation for the scouts. And then again, the top sellers, you've got the prize wheel, as well as the iPad for the top sellers. So keep that in mind, motivating them and all that. Last year, my son got $1,000 Amazon gift card. And he was able to buy an Oculus, all these toys, and he even bought me a gift for my birthday with it. So that was kind of nice. But I mean, it's endless to how much you can earn with the Amazon gift cards. So really push that with your scouts and have them look on and find what they're going to want to get with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Sharon, the next tab will go to what a lot of people probably want to talk about now, right? The product mix. So we made some changes. We listened to some of the feedback, and we'll start going through some of these. I'll start in the top left and work my way down. So the opening product, right? So last year we had caramel corn. We've had caramel corn for over 20 years. We actually are making a pretty large pivot. There's a couple different reasons, right? First, the caramel corn market has been shrinking both in retail spaces and in scouting. We've seen less and less purchases on that percentage base. Kettle keeps going up. So what we've done is we've made a new opening price point at $15 at a kettle corn. The great thing about the kettle corn bag, it has 33% more kernels than the caramel bag did last year. We expect consumers to gravitate towards this. Consumers gravitate a lot towards price range too, so putting a really good product at 15. We heard a lot of feedback from the council and from units, especially in this council, that they wanted two different $20 items. So we've got the popping corn jar, which no real change from last year, and then white cheddar. So we've reduced white cheddar down $5 to $20 price point. And remember, we're supporting scouting, we're not buying just the product. But white cheddar has a brand new formula, way more cheese, a little bit less salt, and it is super, super tasty. I'm super excited for you guys to try that. And it's important because the $20 bill, though 55% of your sale was in credit cards, the $20 bill is very important.
They can try it.
Yeah, you can also try a bag here and there, and we can also credit those bags off. So if you reach out to your field staff member and say, we opened one bag of certain products, Trails End and the council will credit those off so you guys can have those samples. Or there might be samples at your event tonight. The next one I am excited about too. We have a new product. It's called s'mores. So we wanted to pick something that hit the scouting motif. It's got a kettle corn base, then it's got the graham cracker coatings, and then it's got the chocolate powder, and then it also has a marshmallow powder. The cool thing about s'mores is it will be available for your show and sell. It is still hot down here during the show and sell portions. We didn't want anything to melt. So we have this new product. It's going to be available, and we're really, really excited for it. And then we have microwave butter at 25. That's still no change from last year. Salted caramel. We thought it was important to have still a caramel option, and the salted caramel does very well in the southern region. We have some other products here. I'll wait for that slide to pivot over. We've got the chocolate pretzels that'll be available for your take order. And then we've got a new product here, sea salt. So these are ready to eat individual bags. There's 28 bags in this larger box. The Savvy Scout may do a little math. It's about $1.75 a bag fundraising price for each individual one. And it's a new product. It's a healthy product with just kernels and then the salt and then any type of oil, the sunflower oil that's made in. So really, really clean ingredients there. And I have somebody walking in the room with some bags. It's going to show.
Not have samples here.
I know. So the other thing, if you want to pass me one of the bags, I'm going to show on camera if you guys can see this. And then would you mind, Sharon, passing me the white cheddar also? So the other thing we looked at Trails End is just bag sizing. And these are the bags for this year. So check out the difference in the size between the $15 and the $20. So there's going to be a really nice trade-up value proposition for the consumer to spend $5 more. So highly recommend that. We expect more and more because the average order value just keeps going up and up. People are supporting scouting at a high rate. Great. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about s'mores. One of the things when we release a new product, we see sometimes unit leaders get overly excited, and also we want to make sure we're not overselling our production lines. We'll have additional product just like we did last year at the council office. And for people who are farther apart, your field staff will work with you or have an excess amount that you can also grab. But the s'mores product for your first order, we're going to limit that to that 10% mark, but we'll have surpluses. In the past, when we release new products, they have gone through the roof by percentages. And so far, the consumer doesn't share the same excitement when they really prefer white cheddar and kettle, because that's what they buy all the time. So first orders, 10%. And then after that, we're going to be replenishing and getting more product through the doors and monitoring sell through the app. So that's the deal with the s'mores there. We also have this new functionality called auto populate. So one of the cool things about our app is it measures like everything. So we see all the different sell-through rates. So once you go in to place your order for the council, you type in a retail value. That retail value will spit out the percentages of what we feel the consumers in your area will purchase. Now that area is your council. It's that like specific. However, you don't have to order those percentages. If you feel, hey, I need more white cheddar, I need less kettle, you can absolutely do that. Or if you want more salted and less microwave, you can do that too. This just gives you a guide and really helps some of our new unit leaders who are starting off this year. Also, you have the historical data at the top of your dashboard. Just pivot to the 2020 and you can see what you ordered last year or sold throughout the whole year. Great. There's some s'mores. Okay, council sale specifics. I think we're going to be tossing this thing to Andrew. Andrew, are you ready? You've been sitting there a little quiet. We're getting you back in the bowl.
Well, you've interrupted my s'more sample.
Okay.
But that's okay.
Thank you.
We've covered a lot, and I want to thank everybody for your time this evening and all of our presenters. We've got some really important dates that everyone should have on their calendar, and you should share these with your folks as well. I'm going to highlight just a couple of them. One, storefronts are already available. Sharon would tell you, don't wait, do it tonight. Go ahead and get those locked down. Wagon sales start tomorrow. So pretty convenient that tomorrow we can hit the ground running. Initial orders on Tuesday, August 15th. Storefront sales will begin here in a couple of weeks, Saturday, August 26th. The next date, Friday, October 6th, that's an important date. You're going to hear that again later as well. That's the last day to return full cases. October 6th, last day to return full cases. Final orders through October 25th, last storefront day, Saturday, November 11th. Let's make it a good one. And then order distribution, November 10th through the 11th. Cash back on November 13th, and then to be determined popcorn celebration. Next slide, please. So we've tried to make this as easy as possible for you to execute on your strategy. And so we've broken it down into, the balance of July, which is just, less than a week, August, September and October. Again, I think these are things you should share with your folks, let everybody know exactly where you are. I think as Tara said, one of the keys to their success is everybody knew what the objective is and where we were. And that's kind of what we're doing here. This information is available on the website, snap a photo, but it's pretty simple. I like the first one on September. You know, we're recruiting new folks. That's an excellent opportunity to have more folks out there to man the storefronts, do the wagon sales, et cetera. And at the end of the day, make it fun. You know, this is about having fun. It's about supporting scouting, and if we make it fun, people will be more engaged, and we'll have more success as a team. So with that, I'll toss it back to Sarah to bring it home.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. So another big part of this we've already talked about a lot is our orders and our distribution. Andrew mentioned it, but the orders for your packs and troops and crews are going to be due on Tuesday, August the 15th. You don't have to wait until then to do it. Go ahead and put your orders in now. You can go back to your pack committees or troop committees, crew committees, talk to them about what you guys want to get ordered. Go ahead and submit your order in Trails End. And then we'll get that approved, but they do have to be in by August the 15th in order for them to be delivered in time for those first show and sells. The first distribution is going to be the week of that August 26th to be able to pick up your popcorn at your distribution sites. The warehouse locations are at the bottom of that slide for each individual district. And here in a moment, we're going to pass it off to your district colonels to give you a little bit more detail on what to expect on your distribution day. Also on that slide over to the right gives you a little bit of indication on if you're ordering the number of cases versus the kind of vehicle that you'll want to make sure that you are prepared for. Also wanted to highlight, if you will, one more slide over, some resources. So if you haven't had the opportunity to go onto our council website, which is lhcbsa.org, and go to the popcorn page, you will find a ton of resources. Everything that Matt, Sharon, Andrew, and Ryan has mentioned is in the very bottom part of that page. And a lot of those things are fillable PDFs. The unit planner fits a QR code on there, as well as the Colonel guide, as well as some things to help you plan your budget. So all of that stuff is available on the resource page on the council website. Also keep in mind that if you're like Sharon and sell out at your storefronts, we are available and do have inventory here at the council office to where if you give us a call, we'll do our best to get that turned around to you pretty quickly. Some cases last year, I got a call at 9 in the morning and they had popcorn by 10 because they were close enough to us. But we will do everything we can to make sure that you have what you need in order to have a successful sale. So don't hesitate to call your DE or myself. Our information is going to be listed here on the last slide. If you need popcorn at any time, whether it's in the middle of a show and sell, at the end of a show and sell, if you've picked a shift on Friday and you sell out and you need popcorn for Saturday, I'll meet you here at the office on Friday night and we'll make it happen. It's our job to make sure that you have the tools to be successful to help you make your sale successful. So that's part of what we offer here. If you have not done so already, I do encourage you to join the council Facebook page specifically for popcorn. It is May the Pop Be With You. If you just search that on the Facebook app or however you want to do that, it'll pop up, and make sure you join and we'll get you in there. This is a great resource, not only for questions, you can talk to other units, but it's a place for you to post your inventory. So if you do have excess inventory that isn't in a full case that you'd like to try to do a unit to unit transfer on, that's a great place for you guys to post it and to be able to kind of network with some other folks. Questions, concerns, a great idea pops up, or if you want to just take a picture of your storefront and post it so that we can all get excited for you, that's a fantastic resource for that as well. So that is kind of our portion. So that last slide there has a Q&A as well as all of our stuff. For about 10 minutes, we're going to pass this off to our district executives and the district popcorn kernels in the room to get a little bit more detailed about your distribution sites, as well as what that looks like for you and what to expect. And then we'll jump back on at 8:30 and do a Q&A with everybody. So if you have some questions that you've jotted down, make sure to share those with the executives in the room so they can pop those in the chat, and we can help try to answer that stuff as we go. But we'll jump back on here at 10:30. DEs, it's to you for the next 10 minutes. 9:30. We're gonna have a party.
8:30.
8:30. Whatever time it is. Anybody want more? I want to try to watch. Yeah. if you guys do have questions, you can start throwing them in the chat for us. That would be great.
Sarah, are you guys coming back on?
So we have concluded our portion of the meeting. So at this point, it's just kind of Q&A we're hanging on for. If you guys have any questions, just type them in the chat. We'll be happy to answer those. Sorry, I kind of left y'all hanging there for a hot second, but hopefully you've gone through your door prizes and you guys are going to have a nice, safe evening. Drive safe. Thanks for being here. Be on the lookout for our first Kernel Journal coming out this week. Kernel Journal, that's a mouthful. Thanks, everybody.
She has spoken.
Josh, are those Yoda ears I see behind you there? Is that what I'm seeing? Yoda ear, yes.
Ah,
I caught the back of your head and I was like, are those Yoda ears? That is fantastic.